What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the PlayStation Plus situation, the news that has come out today. In that, there's a couple of big headlines that's kind of running around, but there's some reasons. Sony gave some reasons why these numbers are down, and I want to take a stab at talking about them, because there's some pretty interesting stuff going on. So basically, they've lost almost 2 million subscribers on PS Plus over the last 3 months. It's actually 1.9 million, and it's just in the last 3 months. Now, this is actually 3 times in a row, 3 quarters in a row, so 9 months in all, that they have lost from their, I believe, all-time high. Their all-time high was, I think, 48 million on the nose, and now it's at 45.4 million. So they've lost 1.9, but they've really lost almost 3, about 2.6 in the last almost year, right? 9 months. One of their reasons is the decline of sales of third-party titles. So that's one. Another one is the PS4 system itself, that basically less and less people are using PS Plus on the PS4, and then also more people are going outdoors. So those were kind of the 3. Now, additional things that they did say is the PS5 PlayStation Plus subscribers are holding very, very strong. They're doing really, really well, and it's kind of, I don't know if the percentages are more, but it seems like more and more people obviously getting on PS5, which makes a lot of sense. They also, in a separate kind of part to this, did talk about the overall amount of users on PlayStation Network did decrease, I think also around 2 million from where it was 3 months ago. So there is a a downturn there, and this isn't new just to Sony. I mean, Microsoft came out, they did the Game Pass kind of thing, and they've improved. Like, they've always gotten more people, but the improvement or the amount of new people they've gotten has been slowed, and it's been slowed for quite a while now, and it's also below their expectations. We've seen Netflix lose a lot of people, right? It's not necessarily anything new to streaming or subscriber kind of services, right? However, those reasonings, I kind of want to look into them and maybe talk about things that they didn't talk about. No, I guess the final thing is that they actually did make more money. The amount of money they made was a 10% increase, mainly because you have to imagine, right? It's people that upgraded to the higher PlayStation Plus subscription tiers over the last 3 months. These last 3 months were the first 3 months fully where they rolled out this new, right, the premium and all that of PlayStation Plus. So it's a good kind of window into, what could be coming maybe for Sony down the line. Now, what I would say to this, well, I'm going to throw away the more people are going outdoors argument. It's, to me, it's a silly argument to say. I guess you could say that with any streaming service. I feel like Netflix has maybe said that as well. I mean, the general idea, and I do agree partially with this, like when the world was locked down, obviously with everybody inside, you're gonna probably sink your money into some sort of streaming or subscription or whatever. And then when the world opens up and you're going outside, yes, but literally just doing more things, yeah, you may take that money away from the subscription. So I guess there's some point to it. I do think it's like the silliest argument of the group. Now, I do think they're generally onto something with the decline of sales from the third-party games. So you got to remember PlayStation Plus, and I am gonna kind of bash the tier services that they did, because I do think that's a major issue. But don't forget, PlayStation Plus, because of online and stuff, there is something to that, because it has been a very up and down year, and there's been long stretches of nothing, absolutely nothing, let alone multiplayer stuff. So when there has been moments of nothing, you can imagine people just pulled out of the subscription. I've seen people that say that they've pulled out of Game Pass after a month or two of very little games being added, or games that just didn't connect with them being added to Game Pass. So you could understand, or at least I understand, that after 3 months, right, if there's, say, no multiplayer games that people are interested in, you may lose a couple 100,000 right there, just because, well, there's no reason to pay for it if you're not using online, right? So that is actually, I would say, an issue. Now, the PS4 thing, you also have that. It's odd, though, because, the PS4, so less and less people, but then you'd imagine you would equal it with PS5, so there shouldn't necessarily be a drop. I don't know why that's an excuse that they bring up. It doesn't necessarily make sense to me, but hey, they said it. The final thing, obviously, is that tier service, right? I wonder, because, look, they're not, it's not like they lost 15 million, 20 million, half of their thing. I think the number is 4%. They lost 4% of their subscribers. And you do think, like, you know, when they rolled out the tier thing for extra and premium, did people stop? Did people say, absolutely not, I'm not doing that? I think so. And I'm just going to use this opportunity to kind of take a dig at it, because I think PS Plus Extra is pretty okay. I don't have anything earth-shatteringly negative to say about that one, but the premium, what they've done with the PS1 and like the classic games, is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely. And by the way, I have that one. I have premium. And much like a couple times in the past, they've done things like this where they announce a new thing and they put some products on there, and then they just kind of give up and stop. That's what people predicted they would do with premium, and that's exactly what they did do. So I am pretty disappointed in that. Now, will I, stop it? I mean, I have the subscription for like another, 11 or 10 months, so I don't think I'm going to stop it now. But no, I mean, that is a real thing. I do think that's a real factor, that when they rolled out these things, yet again, I mean, you could just keep the normal PS Plus. So I don't know, did it lose people? What, like the 1.9, where did that come from? I feel like the tier thing probably turned some people off. Now, how many? Like a couple 100,000? Again, the multiplayer thing and just not having enough games in general coming out. Like, there's been good PS Plus games, but let's be real, they don't appeal to everybody. And again, if you're a person and you have like back-to-back months of games you don't care about, and then there's also just no new games coming out with multiplayer, or just new games coming out in general that interest you, why would you pay for it, right? So those could easily tack off a couple 100K. And then the more people going outdoors, I feel like it's maybe more of like a crunch. Less about going outdoors, more about people's wallets are kind of tight right now, and things are going up around the world. Literally everything is going up. So, you have to make some decisions of what you want to cut back on. And again, compile, all right, well, I need to cut back on something. I'm spending $60, $100, $120 a year on PlayStation Plus. Well, I don't need to do, that's money I could save, right? I could put somewhere else. I can understand how you get 1.9 million from that. So, it does suck, and it's, when you see these subscriber numbers go down, obviously you'd probably want to see them go up or at least stay the same. Eventually you're going to max it out. I think even like Phil Spencer talked about that with Xbox. It's like eventually, specifically consoles, you're going to max out the amount of people that want it. No matter what you put on it, you're going to max out the amount of people that want it. So that is understandable. And then I guess for Sony's case, they're actually, like, they lose almost 2 million people, but they actually make 10% more money. So, like, worse things could happen, right? I mean, if you make 10% more money, but you lose 2 million people to your subscription, that literally means what you think it means. It means a lot of people upgraded to higher tiers because you just made a lot of that money back, or you made extra money because of that, and you made so much more money that it actually doesn't matter necessarily that you lost those 2 million. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure over the next, and well, again, it's actually kind of tough to say, like the next 3 or so months around the holiday period, you expect the number to go up. But also, 2023 could be one of the better years for games, and a really good year compared to the last two. The 2023 could be the best year since 2020. So maybe the entirety of next year is a really big bounce back for a lot of people. But you think of the economy, you think of money and wallets and stuff like that. Who knows? Who knows what happens? So let me know what you guys think. Did you maybe unsubscribe from PlayStation Plus? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.